Welcome to Jones Kitchen.
We are so excited that you are here with us today because today we are going to be making healthy fried chicken.
This is absolutely one of my most favorite meals. Besides pizza, this is probably like my number one.
Brandon loves fried chicken, so we decided to get a little bit creative and make a healthy version of it.
And we're gonna be showing you guys everything that's going into the chicken, so you'll know the exact macros and you'll be able to recreate this at home in your very own kitchen.
All right, you ready?
Yeah, let's get right into it.
Let's do it.
Okay, so first we are going to start by making our breading. So I'm going to start with my panko, and I'm going to measure out half a cup of panko. I really love the panko from Trader Joe's. I feel like it's crunchier and flakier and not as crumbly as some other ones. Next, we're going to add in half a cup of white flour, and we're gonna whisk these two together. So I unfortunately didn't sift my flour, so there were a couple clumps to begin with, but as long as I just whisk these together with a fork and get all of those clumps, we should be good to go. Now, next I'm gonna add in some flavor. So we're gonna be using two different seasonings here. So I have my garlic powder, and I'm gonna measure out half a teaspoon of garlic powder. And then I'm going to be using a chicken seasoning. This is really great. There are tons of different spices in here. So I'm going to go ahead and measure out a full teaspoon of that. This one is the Simple Truth brand from Kroger's, which is one of my local grocery stores. So I'm just going to go ahead and add those spices to the rest of the dry mixture and whisk all of that together so that all of those spices are nice and combined. Then I'm going to go ahead and just add in some freshly cracked black pepper and some freshly cracked pink Himalayan sea salt just to taste. I really, really love that grinder. It's so nice to have that duo, so I have both my pepper and my salt right in one. So next we're going to go ahead and make our wet mixture here. So we're going to start with one whole egg, and then we're going to gradually add in 75 grams of egg whites. Now this you want to pour nice and slowly so that you don't overdo it, because it can pour out rather quickly, so go nice and slow here. Now once I have that in there, I'm just going to go ahead and whisk these together so that that yolk is nice and combined. No big clumps of yolk here. And I think it's just easiest sometimes just to grab a fork and just whisk it together with a fork, so that way you don't have to use a full whisk and risk getting some of the yolk stuck in the whisk. So I'll just use a fork really quick, and that's all there is to it. So next I'm going to go ahead and get some cutting boards out here, and we're gonna grab our chicken. So now I'm just gonna go ahead and cut it into strips. So you could buy some pre-cut chicken strips into like chicken tenderloins or something like that. However, I just use regular chicken breast, and then I'm gonna go ahead and cut it into the chicken strips myself. So the first thing that I always do is make sure that I cut off any excess fat, just so we don't have that on the chicken strips. Okay, so now that I have all of my chicken cut into strips, and I used about 2 full chicken breasts just to get 25 ounces there, I'm gonna set up my stations. So this is the fun part, or maybe not so fun part for some people, but I think that's kind of fun. So we're gonna set it up assembly line style. I have it kind of in a triangle so that we could fit everything in the screen here. So we're gonna roll the chicken in the egg wash and then roll in the dry mixture. Now if you notice, I have one hand that I'm only using in the egg wash mixture, and then one hand that I'm using for the dry mixture. This will help prevent any big clumps from getting into your egg mixture so that we can really just avoid that and it doesn't get super messy and gross. So you have one hand designated for ease. Chicken breaded, I'm going to make sure that I spray both sides down with a cooking spray, and then we are going to go ahead and place them in one row at a time into our air fryer. So the reason that we just want to do one row is if you stack them on top of each other, then they can get kind of clumpy and the breading can fall off. So we really just want to make sure we do one row at a time. So you might have to go a couple rounds in your air fryer, but that's okay. So I cook these at 375 degrees in the air fryer for about 20 minutes, and then halfway through you're gonna stop it, flip them over, give them a quick spray to make sure that they're still extra crispy, and then keep on rolling. So this is our first batch here. They look amazing, nice and crunchy, and then I'm just gonna go ahead and add in my second batch again for 20 minutes at 375 in our air fryer.
Alright, so we have the final product.
So I went ahead and kind of pre-weighed out everything as a whole so that we would know what it weighed afterwards so that we can portion it out accordingly. And then we'll just kind of do a little bit of math. Maybe we'll throw something up on the screen here of kind of what that breakdown would look like in MyFitnessPal if you do track your macros.
So I track my macros. So I'm going to go ahead, I already took out a little plate. I'm going to go ahead and place this on top of our food scale. I'm going to zero this out. So we're weighing this out in ounces because the meat we weighed out in ounces. Obviously adds some breading to it.
Yeah, so that's the whole reason that we went ahead and threw everything into MyFitnessPal as a recipe, so then we'll just weigh it out individually too.
So
okay,
this
ready?
looks, yeah, it looks really good. All right, let's see.
So as you saw in the actual video, this is packed with tons of flavor in that breading, so it should be really, really good.
This is really phenomenal.
Is it good?
Yeah, it's like a fresh, fresh. That's it. Wow, this is really, really good. This is only 2 ounces right here, but this tastes better than like any other fried chicken that I've ever had, homemade or even out. I mean, I would say it's pretty comparable to like Chick-fil-A, like Chick-fil-A chicken nugget. Is it chicken nuggets?
Yeah, I would say if you want to compare it to Chick-fil-A, this one definitely has a lot more flavor in the breading. And I would say the breading is just a tad bit thicker, wouldn't you say?
Yeah, I'm gonna dip mine in some hot sauce.
Better condiments.
Yeah, this is Frank's Red Hot right here. Ooh, Frank's Red Hot, 0 calorie. We're gonna do a buffalo wing one pretty soon. Buffalo wings are my favorite, so.
Oh yeah, those are Brandon's absolute favorite. Wow, this is so good.
Holy cow. We need to go out to eat ever.
I know.
This can stay in our kitchen. And this is straight up like not for YouTube to be like, hey, this is great. I'm not even kidding you. This is like
this is so
phenomenal.
Good. Like we're just sitting here eating.
I feel like you can tell when somebody's faking something or when somebody's like actually like, this is really great. This is one of those things that's really great. It is. So we're gonna keep eating.
Yep. Sorry, I just forgot.
Yeah, I'm sorry we forgot we're filming.
If there's anything that you love that's not super healthy and you're looking for a healthier version of it, definitely comment down below. I love a good challenge and I love making recipes just a little bit healthier.
Yeah. So thank you guys again for tuning in. Be sure to like and subscribe to our channel so you don't miss out on another video just like this one. And we're not going to waste any more time. We're going to keep digging in. Thank you guys, and we'll see you in the next one.
Bye.
Bye.